What's up, y'all? Burroughs Point here. I recently had the chance to test ride the Heritage Softail Classic for 2025 and wanted to share with you my thoughts and kind of what my impressions are of the bike. Let's jump into it. Let's go. Hey guys, so I'm working with several brands in order to bring a great value to the Burroughs Point viewing community. Head over to burrowspoint.com and navigate to the deals and discounts page in order to find great discounts on some of the brands that you already own, love, and enjoy. You'll find discounts there for Daniel Smart Manufacturing, for Eagle Lights, for BOHN Armor, and for Motorcycle Depot. No matter if you're looking for some leather, looking for some armored clothing in order to keep you safe, or parts and accessories for your motorcycle, you'll find a discount code on what you need at burrowspoint.com. Navigate to the deals and discounts page. I'll see you there.
All right, on the Heritage Classic, so let's give this one a run. Let's see what this is like. Initial thoughts is, holy crap, it's light. It's really freaking light compared to my Voyager. So yeah. Almost missed that turn. Great seeing yourself,
So as I wrap this ride up, there was a few things that I noted about the Heritage Classic, some of the thoughts that I had as I was getting ready to head back on this motorcycle. One, this motorcycle is extremely light. It is way lighter than anything that I expected it to be with such a large engine. This bike reminds me very much of my Honda Shadow 750, except way more displacement, way more power than my Honda Shadow ever had. I will say that as a touring bike, I can see why a lot of people think why this bike is a jack of all trades. It can tour, it can run you around town, it can do all those things. However, with my requirement for a touring motorcycle, I need to have something with a large fairing on it. If you're okay with getting a little bit of wind and having the windshield not necessarily deflect everything, then this bike will be fine for you. However, I had gotten used to having a big old fairing and wanted the same on my bike. The windshield just does not provide the amount of protection that you would get from a full fairing motorcycle. That's not to say that this bike is a slouch. It absolutely isn't. I actually really enjoyed riding this bike, and I would say that once I make my purchase of my large touring bike with the fairing, I could see myself picking up a Heritage Classic just to drive around town, to go on day trips, when I don't want to haul the big 800-pound bagger out. All in all, I'd say this is a great little bike, although it does not fit my immediate need to have that big, mile crunching touring bike right offhand.
So thoughts, this is a nice little bike. As far as if you're going to do a heritage cruiser like this, something of this nature, then, oh shit, into the wrong lane. If you're going to do a heritage cruiser like this, then you got to have this much power, otherwise it's not going to work. The Honda, the Kawasaki 900.
Good morning, how can I help you?
Sorry, I came through the wrong line. The VN 900 just probably doesn't have enough guts, honestly. I heard it gets buzzy and it doesn't have a 6th gear. This bike does not have those issues. So if you want this type of bike, this is the kind of bike to get. Otherwise, this is not, I need a bike with fairing. I'm not sure, I won't say that. I won't say I need a bike with fairing, but I tell you what, I'd much rather have a bike with fairing. This bike is fun, don't get me wrong. I can see myself owning this as a second motorcycle. Like, it's light, it's fun, it's maneuverable. It's peppy. It's a fun little machine. But as far as my primary long distance motorcycle, I'm not sure that this is going to cut it. Let's get back and see if we can find another one.